Today we're just going to have a rant. We're learning a lot about quantum and quantum physics and trying to wrap our noodle around that. But another thing that I want to talk about is, does anybody remember the big December 21st, 2012 event? What has happened in your life from that date till now? I'm sure that many of us have amazing, miraculous, mind-bending tales to tell. Not just tales, but these are actual experiences that we've all been going through. I'm going to go down memory lane and have a little bit of a rant here so we can have a discussion about what in the world and where we've been, and hopefully see what direction we're all heading in. I don't know if you were anything like how I was or my husband was, but we were looking at that Mayan calendar, that date, as being like the end of days, like the end. But it was actually just an end of a time, a dawning of a new age, going into a new awareness, a new perspective for all mankind. Boy, oh boy, were we ever in for the ride of our life. And how about those time slips or shifts? Oh my gosh, it was like the rug was pulled right out from underneath of our feet. Everything that I thought that I knew was backwards and inside out, upside down. I thought that my parents knew exactly what was going on and that they just left me out of the loop. If you asked them today, they would tell you I was having a meltdown. It was that bad. Now, as you know my testimony, in 2001, I started having the out-of-body lucid dreaming experiences. But in 2012, actually it was not at when the Mayan calendar ended. It was prior to that where I started having these awakening symptoms. The dreams kicked up. They were prophetic. I would tell my husband. We would walk through them. Just consciousness in itself ramped up, as if like these things have been happening all the time and we just weren't able to see it. But as time is going on, it looks more like slips and shifts, because there are people that are completely grounded in this timeline we're in now, where the Liberty statue is no longer on Ellis Island and never was. I mean, these are some huge things that have changed from when I went to school and we learned, and where these places and locations were. Now they are completely different areas of the map. Now, I don't know if there's some kind of an update program we're supposed to get. I'm not sure. But we're going to get into resets here in just a minute. But let's still continue on with the shifts. I mean, you could feel like you're just shifting, and the deja vu, the energetic feeling that you get. There's so much that's going on all simultaneously that you could feel like you are losing your mind. But you're not alone. And that's why, we're speaking out. It took me forever to speak out. But I'm doing it because it's too important for people to understand that if you're going through what I went through and just watching from afar and being an observer and just kind of, then you're okay, because you're not alone. Is it all quantum? Is it based on every decision that we make heads us in that direction, and since we have made that decision, any other possibility or probability then is collapsed down as we move forward, and then again are faced with more choices and more decisions, causing a ripple effect going on around us? What are your guys' thoughts on this? Is this a big simulation? I've often thought that this place is a school, that we're here to learn. We're here to learn about who and what we are. And part of that would be going through this somatic, then to the psychic, and then into the pneumatic phases of things. Now, I learned that through the Gnostic teachings. And honestly, from the somatic into the psychic is quite jaw-dropping and earth-rattling. That is where it can be quite frightening on many people, and you just want to crawl in a hole because you don't understand what's up, what's down, what's inside out of, I felt like everything I was taught, like I said, was inverted and backwards. So, I gave my family quite a scare. But then again, I didn't know what the heck was going on. But as time passes, we do get a new understanding. We do get rooted into the truth. I had what I call a Holy Spirit baptism. And I'm going to tell you, if they tell you in the Christian church that the Holy Spirit baptism, that's the end. Oh, no, no, no. That is the beginning. That's the beginning of wisdom. That's the beginning of understanding of who and what I am and who and what you are. It's all quantum. Now I want to share with you, as this process has been going on, that by changing my perspective, a renewing of my mind, I actually lost weight. I was over 200 pounds when this journey hit on hot and heavy. And I've got a picture. That's me, believe it or not, not too long ago. And the weight, after I got this new understanding and this new perspective on food, that it was for pleasure and that nothing could hurt me here, the weight melted off. I mean, fast. Now, I'm not sickly skinny, I'm healthy. But it was from changing my perspective on what I'm putting in my mouth, and I don't worry about it anymore. I don't stress on it. It seems like as soon as someone says the word diet, people seem to be able to lose the weight really quick, but then gain it back, and sometimes much more. At least that's what was happening with me. Also with the accidents leaving me so I was not able to move around so well, weight just kept piling on and piling on. But a new perspective, and it melted off. True story. Was it a system reset? Did somebody shut us down and reboot us back up, and some of us just didn't take the programming? I mean, like, the Liberty statue was always on Ellis Island. Now it's got an island of its own. And what about the Sphinx in Egypt? It's completely unearthed now. It's got a whole bottom floor to it. And the pyramids, and Australia, the land down under? Not anymore. I mean, there's so much going on that, I liked that show on HBO, Westworld, but it's like, how much truth is there to that show? Hey, what's going on? So many different anomalies happening to each and every one of us. And so many of us seeing the very same anomalies. It's just not possible nor probable. The statistics of that happening are so nominally disproportionate that something is going on. And our awareness and consciousness is becoming self-aware, critically thinking, and seeing what is going on right in front of our eyes. Is it a new earth or a new age? Either or can it be both? I'm at the point where I believe that we reflect outside of us the reality. The kingdom of heaven, after all, is within, right? And it comes without observation. So if you're looking around the world and that's how you're gauging what is happening to you, maybe you should try looking inside. Get your house in order and then see what reflects around you on the outside. Because the outside is all, I feel that it's like a mirror reflection of what's going on within me. So if things are going a little wonky and a little sideways, well, some things are a little wonky and a little sideways. But there's also testings. Because if this is actually a school and we are here to learn and experience, of course we're going to be tested. We're the ones wanting to test ourselves. So that way we can expand in our awareness and our consciousness. So I believe that the end of the Mayan calendar was the beginning of the new age, a dawning of a new era of awareness, of understanding, and the God-given abilities that are in each and every single one of us. So I'm going to continue to look into the quantum. I'm still going to look into the Sumerian and pick up that story from Enki and Enlil, and then go through the gods and goddesses. I am going to be doing one on the Greek god and goddesses and how each personality can be defined within each and every one of us. Also, I have a secondary channel called Awake. I've got an opportunity that's been offered and extended to me that I'm taking under serious consideration, and I will let you guys know about that when I get the final details on whether I'm going to expand that way, and if so, that's where those postings will go. It's pretty interesting. A lot going on, you guys, and the raffle was absolutely a blast. So make sure you're leaving your comments, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you'll know. And I am going to be doing live streams, and I'm trying to keep these short so that way, you have time to watch them. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And always remember to share what you know so we can listen and we can all grow.